Adult oysters are capable of pumping and straining up to 2 gallons of water in an hour. The simple act of eating makes them the bay's most effective water filtration system.
Now that oyster video was the inspiration for our survival meets automation game, ATRIO. In this devlog, we're starting from the beginning of development in 2018 and working our way back up to now. So in September 2018, I discovered the oyster video and I'm inspired to plan out some creatures, and I end up conceptualizing 5. Actually, wait, hold on. I didn't drink bog water, guys. I swapped the containers with iced tea, fresh water, and cooked oysters, okay? If I wanted to get E. coli and spend the next 3 weeks in the hospital shitting my pants and groaning harder than my dad when I make him watch my YouTube videos, I would get a barbecue bacon Whopper from Burger King and a side of fries. True story, by the way. I got E. coli from Burger King when I was 12. Would not recommend. What I'm trying to say is don't drink bog water. Okay, so now that we have any lawsuits out of the way, let's jump back in. So first, the MiniDeer. So we already had the MiniDeer, but in previous builds, they were pretty boring. They wandered around, ate food, and didn't do much else. So I wanted to change it to fit the oyster theme. Every creature needs a function. The MiniDeer's function is to eat organic material, digest and convert it into something useful, and then poop it out. Kind of like coffee weasels. Have you guys heard of coffee weasels? Okay, so the Asian palm civet, or the coffee weasel, eats and then poops out coffee beans. The process of digesting and then defecating them supposedly makes them more delicious. But Steven, where's your sense of adventure? Yeah, well, some people wanted to try eating bats, and we almost lost Tom Hanks because of it. He's a national treasure, goddammit! Anyway, the MiniDeer, they're the coffee weasels of our game. For everyone who has always fantasized about playing a game entirely inspired by bowel movements, maybe you should subscribe, because this might be the game for you. Okay, so the solar dog. A big part of our game is exploring in the dark. We wanted a creature that could be used as a temporary power source to keep the lights on. I was inspired by Boston Dynamics' Big Dog, a quadruped that can... I'm slipping, oh fuck, I'm slipping, oh no shit, oh... Okay, everything's good. And then they thought it was a good idea to play it in slow motion. It sounds like a fucking horror movie. This one cracks me up. It looks like 2 robot midgets are running in sync, which really helps to do the terrifying thought that the robots are going to kill us all one day, and it's a horror film again. Just great. Anyway, so I came up with the solar dog, a cute robot with a flower solar panel on his back, again, playing on the nature theme. Plug it into the lamppost and give yourself some temporary power. Let me illustrate this for you. The whole world is completely in the dark. If you look closely, the non-existent light from the sky comes down and hits the solar panel, and because it's dark, the non-existent electricity shoots back up through the wire, back through the lamp, spelling out the letter D, for dumbass. As in my dumbass in September thinking that in a world completely in the dark, solar panels were a great idea. They don't make it into the game. The FireBug. Now there's just something so visceral about lighting stuff on fire and launching it. So I came up with this 4-legged, fire-breathing metal machine called the FireBug. Capture him and use him to cook certain cute creatures down to the bone. The weakest concept and the least fleshed out. They don't make it into the game. The Fampup 3000. So we needed an intro bad guy, something easily defeatable, but still intimidating. Our idea behind the Fampup 3000 was inspired by Mr. Handy Robot Butler in Fallout, a family protection robot gone rogue. After drawing him up, I started to think about defense. If a Fampup attacks, set up a springboard and launch them into space. Set up some mines and explode them into space. Or using a fire grill, you can... That was pretty underwhelming. Capture them and use them as sentry guards to protect yourself from bad forces. Finally, some good news, they don't make it into the game. But we do replace them with something way better. So if you want to see it in future videos, maybe you should subscribe. Nailed it! The box monster. My absolute favorite creature, inspired by Subnautica's Leviathan, the one untamable monster in the game, set to humble you when you get too powerful. The ultimate bad guy and the only thing meant to scare you when you're roaming in the dark. We came up with a super company called Box, which makes a product gone wrong called the Box Monster. Half organic, with a giant screen for a face and long spider-like legs. We want it to only appear when you run out of light, sort of like the hands in Don't Starve. An unrelenting, inescapable predator that will kill you in the dark. And yes, it's in the game. A game all about being in the dark is no fun unless you're actually in the dark. So we added a fog of war. We took the easiest shortcut approach and added a huge black sprite with a hole in the middle that lays on top of everything. All we do to shrink and grow the fog of war is just to scale the sprite, larger and smaller. A huge pain in the ass to work with because you can't see anything underneath, but for this demo it worked. So after building the fog of war, we also redesigned our GravPipes. The old ones didn't really tell you the direction they were going, so I added arrows and reduced the visual clutter. So you'll notice I barely showed any gameplay. We did a lot of infrastructure changes, and who wants to see code? Yuck. We kind of broke everything for like 2 weeks. But every misstep is an opportunity. And I'm going to use these 2 weeks of grueling bug fixes to show you how real professional developers methodically and tactically approach bug fixing. Beautiful. And that's everything for this month. The next video, I am finally going to show off our new animations. Upgrading the animations was the best decision I've ever made. Only second to getting rid of my Brita filter and switching over to filtering water with oysters. I saved so much money on utilities, on food, on rent. I mean, the hospital pretty much pays for everything when you're staying in there that long. Anyways. I don't get it. Guys, I don't get it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Don't sue me, please. I can't afford it. So it's not killer robots. No. A guy in China eats a bat. Yeah. And this kills everybody. Nope. Oh, thank God. Wait, I thought you said everyone dies. Okay, you're gonna love this. Have you seen the show The Apprentice?